knowledge, just wisdom. This goes back when I was 12. I love doing right, but I was trapped in hell.
So I just watched Louis Theroux on the Nation of Islam and Black Nationalists and stuff like that. I decided after the video about it. I think my main concern with the Nation was the Nation of Islam and militant Black nationalists, things like that, is the white people's perception of it. You know, is that they're racist, you know, reverse racists, and that they hate white people, that kind of stuff, when they don't actually read up about it. First of all, the Nation of Islam, when they say the white devil, in many cases they do not mean that every white person is the devil or anything like that. They just mean that that in history, white people as a whole, as in general, white people have been the devil, and I don't think anyone can deny that. You know, after 400 plus years of slavery, the way they have treated the Jews, the way they've taken Indian people from their home, you know, and used them as slaves in Africa, in the West Indies, you know, the slavery of Oriental people, things like that. The Native Americans, how they've treated them, how they've killed them off. The Aboriginal people in Australia, how they have treated them. And I think once you understand that, you can say that in history the white person has been the devil. But many people don't understand that. Yeah, also with the fact that the possession of the Nation of Islam and other militant groups, Black Panthers, things like that, the new Black Panthers, is that the white people are concerned with these groups who they call reverse racist people. Is that they're so concerned with that, but there's still neo-Nazis, you know, out there. There's still a lot of racist white men in the South that have groups that are, you know, are against black people, and the fact that they're so worried about the black man learning his history and fighting against it, that you know, they don't see that the racist white people over there, you know, like things like this. Like I remember the Black Panthers, the original Black Panthers, is that they said that you know, if white man has a gun and he's shooting you on the street, then you have to bring a gun and you defend yourself, which I believe in full-heartedly, because, you know, I'm not going to turn the other cheek and you know, take the beating as many slaves would do, and I dare say Martin Luther King did. I believe in fighting back, like Malcolm X said. You know, when an owner puts his dog on you, you kill that dog. And the white people, they say is you know, it's a very reverse racist, and this is the wrong way to act and be violent. But the white man is a very violent man. You know, he after all the things he's done, he tells me that I can't be protecting myself after the violence that he has brought upon the world. You know, and I was listening to Khalid Muhammad, and he was he was just talking about that the white man is the hardest person to get along with, the hardest person to have peace with, and that's true, because before the white man started going out and taking other nations, the rest of the world was a peaceful place. Sure, they had you know, tribal wars in Africa, and then the Native Americans would be fighting between each other's tribes, and in China, things like you know, different empires fighting each other like that. But it was never a large scale genocide with like the Native Americans, like how the English have destroyed. It's genocide of the Native Americans and the Aboriginals in Australia. They have never destroyed. Like when the white person came to Africa, they destroyed it. You know, they brought guns. They brought whatever most problems that are in Africa is because of the white man. You know, like who brought the guns? Who brought the drugs? The white man did. And if you were to tell me that Africa, it's because we're fighting each other, it's because they have no knowledge of self. Like Khalid Muhammad said, they have no knowledge on who they are, and they don't know what's going on. And that's because of the white man. And, you know, I think white people, they want you to turn the other cheek and do that kind of stuff, and they don't look into the truth of what the Nation of Islam and other militant groups teach you. You know, they will teach you the knowledge of self. Elijah Muhammad said he would teach you you know, who you are. And you don't know your name, like Malcolm X said, you don't know your name. Black people, my name is Nicholas. It's not an African name. You know, I was brought up 400 plus years in the West. I don't know who I am. And that's the truth that the Nation of Islam and other militant groups speak. Now, do I agree with all the Nation of Islam and other groups say? I do not. Because I do not believe every white person is a devil, being that my mother is white, and I have many white friends, good friends. I I do not believe in the fact that the Nation of Islam has looked at it as the true Islam, which it is not. It's not Orthodox Islam. There was also a group called I think it's called the Israelites from New York, and they claim that a lot of the white figures in the past have been black people. Like they claim that William Shakespeare was in fact a black person, which I do not agree with. You know, I don't agree with that at all. The topic of segregation. I don't believe in the segregation of black and white people, but I do believe in black people having an apology and getting lands. Even in Australia, with the Aboriginals, they've given them land. With the Native Indians, they have apologized to them. Over Native Americans, I mean, they've apologized to them. The Jews, they put money into Jewish development because of the Holocaust every year. But black people haven't got an apology. They haven't got any land. They have got nothing. What I do believe in is for black people to have an area which they can call their own, which they do not. They do not have that. You know, things like that. Khalid Muhammad was talking about. It was a long time ago, but he was talking about the white people in South Africa have to get out, or he would go and kill them. He believed the killing of you know, children and babies and mothers and, you know, women and men and all that kind of stuff. I don't really believe in that, but I do believe that South Africa is an African country, and it's a shame that the white people has destroyed it, and the white people still live there and ask for peace in a land that's not even theirs. So a lot of things I do believe in with the Nation of Islam and other militant groups, because they educate you, they can teach you the truth, which you do not learn in other places. Things like Reverend Al Sharpton, I wouldn't. He's militant to some extent. You know, he doesn't. You know, he doesn't believe in things like the nation will believe, saying the white man is the devil. He can see the truth that not all white people are the devil or bad people, but he does agree with bringing. You know, if the white person has a gun and he's killing you on the street, then you may bring a gun too and defend yourself, because that's what it is. It's self-defense. Another thing is when the original Black Panthers, when they were out and about and doing their self-defense, the white person would call it killing. They would keep killing white people. The Black Panthers would be killing white people. That's not the case. It is self-defense. And that's all I ask for, because that's what you should be doing. Like Malcolm X said, if you want some self-defense, knowledge of self, learn some karate, learn some judo, because that's what you should have. Self-defense. And if the white person insult the Nation of Islam and say they're a hate group, no, they're not. I understand if they say the white man is the devil, then I understand what they're talking about. Because sometimes I get frustrated as myself that we do not have any land which we call our own. If we go back to Africa, we'll be rejected because we are not African. And you know, we're living in the West, but we don't have any land. You know, it's integration, and you live by the white man's rules and the white man's law. You talk about white history, that kind of stuff. And you know, that's all I'm going to say about militant groups, because I do believe in self-defense, but I don't think all white people are the devil or complete segregation. But I understand where they're coming from when they say complete segregation, because the white man cannot be worked with in peace. He's not. If you're talking about the collective white man in history, he's not a peaceful man. And I don't believe in some of the stuff the nation preaches. But I believe what they're coming from when they're talking. I don't think white people should question it before they first question what they have done and given us an apology and land, and they've They have looked into the neo-Nazi groups that are going on today, and then once you've done that, once we have world peace, once there is freedom and peace and equality for all black men, then you can say to the Nation of Islam, the white man is from the devil. Then you can say, I don't understand where you're coming from. But that's only then can you question the black militant groups. That's all I got to say. Peace.